Hello, this is Jack with the Spring Drury Gun Club, and today I want to talk to you about a rather touchy subject, and that's, should children be handling firearms? But before we get into this, if you're not already a subscriber, make sure that you click subscribe. If you like our videos, please make sure that you click like and share, and click the little bell at the bottom to turn on all notifications. So a question that gets brought up to me on a regular basis is, can my children shoot firearms? And if so, what's a good age for them to start? So the first thing we're going to look at is, what does North Carolina law say about children and firearms? Now, if you live in another state, I highly recommend you searching the laws in the state that you live in. Firearm laws governing minors do differentiate from state to state. So this is what North Carolina law says. If a minor gains access to a firearm without the lawful permission of the parent or guardian and commits a crime, the parent or guardian is guilty of a Class 1 misdemeanor. A minor is defined as anyone under the age of 18 years old. A person who is 18 years of age or older can purchase a long gun by showing a valid identification. A person 18 years of age or older can also purchase a handgun by obtaining a permit from the sheriff's office, but can only purchase from a private individual. They cannot purchase a firearm from a retail location until they turn the age of 21 years old. A person who is 18 years of age or older can carry a handgun in the open. Another thing I want to point out too is, if you can see in the first paragraph here where it says, gains access and commits a crime. There's a reason why I've got this underlined, because these are the two most important elements of this whole paragraph. It's only a crime, or it's only illegal, if they gain access and they commit a crime. So now if we look here at the second paragraph, bullets 1 through 4, it says, if they exhibit it in a public place in a careless, angry, or threatening manner, causes death or injury when not in self-defense, or uses it in the commission of a crime. If you notice here, I've got the word not highlighted, because that's important. Because if the minor gains access and they use it in self-defense, it is now lawful. Now, in the second section, it says, it shall be unlawful for any person to knowingly permit a child under 12 years of age and have access or possess any firearm without the lawful permission of the parent or guardian, and the child is under the supervision of an adult. If you violate this provision, you're guilty of a Class 2 misdemeanor. So now the question is, what age do we recommend you teaching your children? Basically, there really is no age limit or minimum age. It's when you feel that your child, you can be responsible, they can listen to instructions, and they possess the motor skills, then it's a great time to start them in handling firearms. Now, I've trained my kids since they were about 5, 6 years old. When I felt that they were old enough to be responsible, I started them off with a BB gun. Then we moved up to 22s. 22 rifles, 22 pistols, and eventually we've moved up to everything else, as you can see here in some of these videos I've posted. My kids, they weren't allowed to have toy guns because they were brought up that guns are not toys. Another question that comes up is, how should I store my firearms? I want to make sure they're inaccessible to my children, but I also want to make sure that they're readily accessible in the event of a home defense situation. And this kind of takes a little bit of planning. Obviously, if you're not going to use those guns for any purpose whatsoever, you should put them in a safe. And make sure that all your firearms in the safe are unloaded. Now, if you are going to use that firearm for self-defense purposes, there are a couple things that I would recommend, and it's just going to depend on how old the children are and how responsible they are. Now, my children growing up, when they got to the age where I no longer had concern about them accessing firearms without my permission, I was able to strategically place firearms around the house out of sight, out of mind for self-defense purposes. And basically, this age was probably around the middle school years, where I no longer had any concerns that my children were going to grab a gun and do something that they shouldn't. When they got into high school, they basically were able to actually have possession of their own firearms. They had their own guns, they had their own safes, but they were responsible. They never took their guns out for show and tell. When their friends came over, guns didn't come out unless maybe we had a shooting activity, at the range or here at our home. And this is not going to be the case for everyone. I highly recommend that if you are going to have guns available for home defense, that they are in your possession at all times. So I hope this video has helped. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a great day. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. If you liked the video you just saw, make sure you go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, click subscribe and make sure that you click on the little bell to turn on all notifications. If you want to see more cool videos like the one you just saw, make sure you go ahead and click the link on the screen. Also, you can check us out on social media. You can follow us on Instagram, tweet us on Twitter, pin us on Pinterest, and like us on Facebook. Thank everybody for your support. We'll see you.